Hi there, people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to our channel. I just finished doing one video, and that was the plan for the night. But sometimes I do feel like, why I do have a subject. So this, first of all, let me tell you, this is not fragrance-related video, but it's something to do with my work. And this is one of those morning thoughts that you really hate sometimes. So this is one of those cringe videos that you absolutely hate. I see what happens. I'm not gonna cut the video. This is how I'm gonna roll today. So sorry about that. It hurt. Must have hurt your ear drumstick. I'm high on nasi goreng. I had some nasi goreng kampong. We have this newly launched restaurant here. It wasn't that good, but I'm happy on food. Anyway, so I'm trying to say that your eardrums, okay, not. What did I even say? Drum rolls. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. So I feel like doing this video. The topic is basically that showing the time, 11:30 p.m. That's the topic today, showing you the time, because that's what I do. Many of you are like, why you have to mention the time? We don't really care. I know you don't care. And I also don't know why I do it. I just made it like a habit. So I'm going to talk to you guys. Okay, that's the whole point. And you can watch it. You can absolutely skip it. It's okay, no problem. I have few things. I cannot start the video any other way. I say, hey guys, good morning, or how are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. These are the things I standard say. And it's like low-key confidence booster. Stick to the like your typical usual greetings, right? And then I show the time, because there's one time in Malaysia I said, hey guys, it's 7, because I was very nervous, and then I continue saying it. Became a habit. So for 9 years, right? So time, man, tricky little effort. I saw that like in one of the movies, like time, what a tricky little. Someone said that, I don't remember. So the topic today is the challenges of being a celebrity. Yeah. So today a celebrity is talking to you. Take it, and then reserve that knowledge inside of you, because there's a lot of cringe. Okay, no, not much cringe. Today I want to talk to you about few things that I face in everyday life in Bangladesh, and sometimes I feel they are kind of challenging, but I deal with most of these okay. So first challenge, being a celebrity means people know you. I'm not a celebrity, I don't think so, but sometimes when people recognize you, like, hey Joy, I'm a big fan of, the eye goes like, big, hi, I'm a big fan of yours. And then some of them, they're like, I know many people, they treat me like I'm a celebrity. I'm not, but they go like, I buy every single fragrance based on the review. Then you did good things for Bangladesh. You did cover many fragrances that are in my collection. So I feel good. But some of them, they are like, they treat me like, someone special. So there are some good sides, good sides being famous. Like when you go somewhere, like people recognize you. Let's say in Bangladesh, if you're a food vlogger, okay, you do food vlogging, reviewing. If they recognize you, they'll offer you free food, like meals. They'll let you do the video. They even pay you like a nice little, what do you call that, money. Okay, like that happens. But in Bangladesh, fragrance reviewers are not that well treated. Like me, I am not like a VIP in any shops, but most of the shops know me. They treat me well, and they treat me with respect. And sometimes I get maybe like a little bit better price than some of the other ones, because I buy a lot from these shops, to be honest, right? So these are some of the good things. But when I talk about challenges, I'll tell you, first challenge that comes to me is that I feel people expect you to be the perfect guy, and you cannot afford to be a guy who's a bad guy, who says something very controversial, or something that he speaks his mind, that, let's say, people are not normal, right? Always, like, you may look at me and feel like, hey, he seems like a nice guy. Someone told me like, hey, people don't know who you are. You are such a dark villain. You are like the bad guy. You are the devil. And you are, see, my birds agree. So something is seriously wrong. Like nasi goreng, definitely they put something in there, I'm telling you. uh, they go crazy. The lights on probably. Okay, anyway, so I was saying, when they expect me to be perfect, I am far from it. And I'm not just being modest or being humble. People who know me from close, they know that I have this other side, which is not so pleasant, not so smiling. I have demons inside me. I have some darkness inside me. Not what you're thinking, like I take abuse substance. No, my darkness is like, sometimes I get depressed. I do have anger management issues because of my health issues. They're connected. And perhaps mixing with and socializing with a lot of wrong people got me bitter. I have trust issues. So all these things combined, being old, not fun, and diabetes, losing memory. So I try my best to stay positive most of the time. But sometimes what happens, I lose my stuff on the road. I get into fights, not real fights, but for all, I cannot win a fight with this kind of strength, right? But on most part, people, when they expect you to be good, this is such a pressure. If you are doing the reviews, if you're a celebrity, if you're well known, you'll understand, you can relate with me that, let's say something has been done wrong to me, okay, in the community, someone blame me for something, or they're spreading hate or something, they're threatening me, they're bullying me, whatever. Most of the people will come and say, don't bother, brother, you are much higher than them, let them go. It's easier said than done, because not everybody has the same tolerance level. I did not come from very chill family. We do have a lot of this anger, these things. What do you call the other one? Like, we do have tantrums, in our family. So if you have rage and all these things inside your family, you will also get some of that, right? So it's one of the worst things, because these things never bring out good things, uh, outcomes. Okay, so the thing I'm trying to say is that when people expect you to be perfect, sometimes you can, because wrongdoing is happening to me. Let's say, like Bangladesh, we have a lot of these rickshaws, auto rickshaws, bikes, CNGs, and they drive like maniacs. They don't care for other cars. They'll hit you, and they have no absolute no fear, no like guilt, because they know on the road people will say, no, no, guys, he's a poor guy, let him go. If it was my fault, they would burn my car and they'll beat me up. If it is their fault and I'm the victim, they will say, let them go, because you probably, have a lot of money, you can drive a car. And they don't care. They have this huge hate on people, for different classes. They treat differently different people. So sometimes I just walk on the street, like, to feel like, this is safer for me. I'm not going to be hated, I'm not going to be having an accident, whatever. So I'm trying to say is this is very difficult. It's, the challenge is really high, that you cannot always be the good guy, because you don't want to. Sometimes I don't want to. I really want to take out my anger. I want to find a green mile and take out all my, because I don't want to like store it here, inside of me, and extract to someone wrong. Okay, let's say I scream at my mother or anyone else, children, worse. I don't want to do that. So I want to take out the anger wherever, it's created from, and then resolve it. If someone says sorry, great, I can forgive and forget very quickly. I'm a very nice guy in that way. But if someone is doing it on purpose to hurt me, and they just always are bullying, I have been facing that. I want to tell you very clearly, there are a lot of people, every single reviewer, I think they have this, the most popular ones, the most lovable ones, the most sweet ones, they also have haters, trolls. They always get some this nasty comments who have nothing to do with their reviews. I get comments like from India, hey bro, why don't you talk about religion? I know there are a lot of times, if I talk with logic, people will not accept it. They want to hear what they want to hear and what makes them happy. Same for my people, same for Muslims. Muslim, they expect me to be only defending Muslims, but I happen to live in a country for a very long time where I lived with multicultural people, different races. So I learned to be very, very, this I'm saying, I'm bragging, these are bragging rights. I learned, like, just because they are not your religion doesn't mean they're your enemy. Okay, this is one very basic thing to learn, and you can only learn if you get to socialize with other people. You have similar worse people in your own religion, own culture, and you don't want to admit it. Even if you see a thief or corrupt graft person, or he's a mess, like whatever, and he's a dictator, she's a dictator, you always say like, hey, it's okay, they're just Muslim, they're all gonna go to heaven. These are kind of things I hear, and I know, I know in my head, these are things people are so wrong about. I have met so many type of people, so many other religion, race in my lifetime, man. I'm so glad I did, because I met very, very kind people from all over the world. Okay, so I'm just saying this, and I want to see what's fair. Just because you say like, hey, we have to stand up for this thing, and other people, they are like mean nothing. I'll tell you one thing. Think of it like this. Let's say you are saying we are Muslim countries. Okay, I'm going to bring a little bit of our current affairs a little bit. So many people say, why don't you support Muslims? And I say, where I don't support Muslims, I do, but I also support humanity. I'm not going to be the one, just one-sided, like favoritism or selective humanity. You know what I mean? Like, for our people, it's all excused, but other people will just like, hey, no, that's not how it works, man. Like, a lot of people, let's say someone in our country who's not Muslim, they also have the right to live their religion, their life, their culture. We don't stop them. Many other countries, they don't allow Muslims to live like that. Just give you an example. Our neighboring country, tell others if it's true or not, right? If you see the level of hypocrisy or ignorance there, by right, what's supposed to be, okay? Ideal example is Malaysia. Nowadays, not so much, but still I'll give you. Malaysia have Chinese, Indian, Muslims, and Sikh people, right? These mostly, and then Sabah, Sarawak, So they have many multicultures there. So Chinese New Year time, they celebrate Chinese New Year. Even the Malaysian MPs, Malays, Muslim, they go and attend. They take the oranges, they take the ang pao, like the money they give, and they also see the fireworks. Of course, they don't eat the pork, because they know, right, how to respect other religion as well as yours, right? Just give me very simple. If you could be tolerating like this, you would be a good human being. Like even the Chinese, they come to Haira, Malaysian Eid, and they will just say, hey, let's have some food. So this is how you get to, what am I showing? You get to like meet people, and then you understand people, understand religion, and you never ever disrespect them. Maybe you do not believe in their faith, they're Buddhist, right? And the Malays, I am pretty sure they don't make mockery of other religions. Like even the Hindus, they do their puja, their other holidays. I have seen people, they are like very tolerant. They don't mind at all the fireworks. People are having fun because they understand this is their special day. Like Muslims celebrate Eid, Christmas is like special to Christians, right? If you could have the understanding and not hate and don't expect unfair things. Like I know many people, they are like, in the USA, you have to go and talk so much against the Trump and all those things, right? Why? Because you expect them to support you, understand your cause, and leave their country to you. Is that what you expect? You are the one who went there for better life, better money. These are things we don't admit it. We love their money, we love their green dollars, we love the security, we love nice shopping complex, nice house, nice cars, but we'll always say bad things about them. Why? We have to have some sort of loyalty. Wherever we eat, whoever feeds us, pays us, we should not do things that is against, even if you don't like what I'm saying, like, hey, that's not right, you may feel differently, but I feel if we don't have loyalty, if where we eat is where we poop, it's not good by any standards. Okay, so I'm just let you know what I feel. So these are some things I cannot say. I have to be very diplomatic saying this, but I always take the right stance. Okay, if you feel I'm wrong or I'm just being dishonest, some of you like, why don't you fight? Man, I am not fighting for Indian people in India because I don't live there. I don't know what's happening in there. Whatever I read, whenever I see, some of the things are true, some of the things are not so true, because I do have friends in India too who are Hindus, other religion, and they're plenty nice people. They're very sensible people, very highly educated. Problem comes when people are uneducated and they are blind. They never traveled, they never met people. If they did, I'm pretty sure people would understand, like, hey, not all Chinese people are bad, so, or some of the people think like, like have this bad thing, like generalize, like skin color is dark, so these people may be all criminals. No, man. Some of the church, there is what you call padre, right? Padre is what, I'm sorry, what's the English name for, like, what I'm trying to say, minister, right? Or who's the boss man in the church? I'm sorry, I'm saying that, I could forgetting the term, but you know who I mean, right? So he is the one who will continue the Sunday proceedings and stuff, and people will come to him, seek advice. Some of them will say, I came here to confess my sins. So everybody, their religion is special to them. Okay, and you cannot hurt, it's as bad for me as hurting someone in physical state as hurting their religion. If we could learn, and coexist and respect others. Let's say, hey, some of you have this issue like Ramadan time, man, why are you eating? I've seen this video in UK. Some stupid guy or kid, he was like, hey lady, I'm just fasting, can you like not in front of me? And I saw that many of the people, Muslims, like, hey, so insensitive in British country, man, that's Great Britain, that's not a Muslim country, first of all. Second of all, you are fasting, you have to know what are the basics of fasting or fasting. Okay, you are not eating, you're abstaining from food, drinks, smoking, intercourse, and all that. But other people are not. Other religions are not following you. So you have to be sensible, see from like normal people's view. You have to be strong enough to see food and like be okay with it, have enough mental strength that, man, it doesn't bother me smelling good food. That is the challenge. Why are we fasting as Muslims? We're trying to understand the pain of poor people who do not get to eat, war-torn countries where they don't have access to food, water, good food, no internet, nothing, no new clothes. We're trying to understand a bit of it, right? And this seeing someone eating and get you really, really upset, really, and your we say, like, some of us say like, hey man, our fasting is getting lighter. We are having hard time. Your faith is weak. That's what it is. I have seen plenty of time. I used to work, right? We used to have Chinese, Indian, our co-workers, like when I used to work with them. They would say, they were very respectful, by the way. They were saying, hey, Joy, are you fasting? We are going to have lunch. Is it okay if we have it in the other room? I'm like, hey, man, have it here, man. I am not bothered at all. You can have drinks, you can smoke, whatever. But when they smoke or eat, I just like move away a little bit because I understand it's like, it's what I am doing. It's we have to understand, like, their respect, my respect. This is how respect is mutual. So these are the things I want to say. If we could like learn, I'm not saying just our people. Because I'm seeing our people, I'm telling you about my people. You are pretty sure that you have like people like this who are ignorant, never went to school, never even have any idea outside USA what's there. What is Singapore? Is it next to Africa or is it next to Saudi? There is questions like that because people don't know. So that's why lack of education is very horrible, like dangerous, because politicians, like people who are smart or evil, they can get you to do evil things in name of religion. Religion is not evil, man. Many of you say religion is evil. Religion is not evil. Religion is the one that teaches you values, whatever your religion is. My religion never taught me to do something, but the people who are interpreting, misinterpreting for their own benefits, they want to get, like, let's say, people to fight. Then they will get like good media coverage, make money, and they can get into power. They can stay in power. This is what they want: countries to fight. Two countries fight. Who suffers? Not presidents, not the top leaders. Most of people that suffer are the civilians. Isn't it true? You think about it, like if something's happening in your country, who are the people being affected? Never ever the okay, when some of them they get justice, that's true, but in general, I never see leaders suffering at all. They have huge money, corruption, they have private jets, they can move into another country, live like luxury. But normal people, if you can have a voice, they cannot rule you. Okay, this is the one thing I want to say. But coming back to what I was saying, that the pressure, you have to be diplomatically correct all the time. You cannot say anything to upset people. You have to always say what people want to hear. This is something I cannot do. Okay, sometimes I do not do in my reviews. Sometimes you criticize me, right? And I take it with open arms, no problem. Criticize me, it's okay. But you say like you are a bit too favorable to certain people, even like my own country people, they say that why aren't you like ideal Muslim? I don't know what is ideal Muslim. I tell you, like, I don't live a life of any extreme. I don't believe in anything extreme at all. Whatever my heart says, I hear, and then someone tells me, like, for example, one of the institution teaches me, let's say, um, non-Muslims are all sinners and they're all gonna go to hell. If I hear that as a normal human being, I will never ever accept it because I know how it's BS. It's absolute crap. These are the things people teach you because their understanding of religion is like that. If you go to other countries and you say, man, you are non-believer, you're going to hell. Why do you think they're going to be so nice to you, brother? That's the nicest thing someone could have told me, and then let me just embrace you. We go and fight with people. We always have issues. We always have these things, many of us, and we have these extreme views. If they don't believe us, let's go fight with them. They are our enemies. No, man, not everybody's going to believe the same faith. Like, you are not believing in their faith, right? So the best for me, what I learned is, as long as you're not insulting me in person, you're not harming me, and you just sometimes having confusion. People may not know, right? Many of you do not know like what happens in other countries. You just assume because the media shows you something, right? But I always told these stories, like, time of need. Let's say one time my car was battery was out because I left the headlights on. It was going to rain. A lot of people went past me, Muslims, our country mates, Malays, a lot of people. But one Chinese uncle came and saw, because I was trying to start the car, and he heard the sound. He came out with a battery and like his car and this jumpers, and he started my car. Okay, so it's not always about religion, man. It's always about people. Angels and Satan both are on this planet. It depends on, like it depends on how you live your life. Sometimes we act like a saint. We believe that we are so good, but we are not. We are not. We are simply horrible human beings with our horrible, like, biased views. As long as you have respect for other people, they will never ever. I believe this. Like, if you have respect, people will respect you. Okay, if you respect others, they will respect you back. If you hate others, if you harm others, you are hurting others, man. Let's say you burn someone's holy book, whatever religion you're from. There's no good that come out of it. The attacking, that sarcasm, the you spit on someone, you'll never bring anything good. Okay, you can change mind of a hater, by being kind and show that you are not the same person. People, if they're good, they'll see it someday, right? So yeah, I want to talk about pressure of being I think I had a different agenda today. Anyway, how much time? Oh, it's 20 minutes. Okay, let's finish like this. One other funny thing, one other very light talk, one other disadvantage of being known is that wherever you go, you know it's nice that people want to take selfie with you and then they want to get talk to you, but then you want to sit in peace and enjoy a cup of coffee or a view, and they'll just sit with you and talk because they have so many questions, right? And they will not leave you alone, so your whole meal will be ruined. They don't mean it, right? But you don't get much privacy. This is why you'll see a lot of actors, models, singers, they are so angry at the paparazzi. We don't have paparazzis, but they cannot take that, they cannot be left alone anywhere. They don't have any privacy. That kind of sucks. If you become famous someday, you'll see what it means. At one point you'll be dying for, man, I want to be so much famous. But at one point that same fame will get you very angry, right? You cannot wear like flip-flops in public. You know, walk through the road, people will like judging you, like, I thought you're a celebrity. Why are you wearing shorts? And why are you having tea at the roadside? They don't understand. They say, why do you review cheap perfumes? I heard these questions in real life. You are Joy Amin. You should review and own and have expensive perfumes. You should have a nice house. Everybody's really is different. Man, if I lived in luxury, let's say I spent not so much money on perfumes, I wouldn't have 5,000 videos, man. And this was not my goal to become like saving so much, and one day I'll just talk like, hey, put you in trap, like buy one get two free, here's my perfume, this is the best. If that was my personality, if I would say lure you into my page, hey, come buy this from my page, it's a promotional video, or this is like promoting my page, I wouldn't be who I am today. I'm very happy whatever people are doing, I'm happy about that. Let them enjoy, let them have their goals. But my goal was always to be here. Do this fragrance work, makes me happy. That's it. I wanted to have some sales page so I can get some, recover some money back, so I can invest back in perfumes. I don't want to do a job. I always said that I hate doing jobs. Bangladesh, at least, no way I'll do a job. One thing, they will take me or not. They will not. They will perhaps not. But even if someone offers, I've seen people assume here that once they take you to work, they own you. And this is one of the things I cannot take. I do not understand how people be so disrespectful. They think they can buy you off with their money. If you ask for money to do a content or something, they will look at you like they ask for the kidney, right? So people don't want to show the respect or value you that much. So this is why I don't do much of work collaboration with other brands, because people have issues sometimes. I have issues myself. I have issues with, they put conditions like, let's say I'm giving you this much money, you have to say all 10 out of 10 each fragrance, in my brand. That's not possible. For one brand, I'll lose all my credibility by lying, and people will see that I'm just promoting a brand, taking their money. And sometimes you need the money, but then what you're gonna do? You're gonna sell your soul. Like you say, man, this is brand new release. It's not even released in the market. I never sniffed it, but it's the best fragrance ever. The other polar opposites are Fragrantica people. They are like, hey, man, this fragrance not even out yet. It's gonna be trash. It's trash. I know it's horrible. It's not even out in the market. They never smelled it, and they pass the, because they hate certain brands, right? So these are few things I don't want to be part of. I know I'm in discussion of many of this, this thing. I always forget what is Reddit, right? They have the group fragrance jerks. Forgot. My photo is there, cover photo last time I saw. I feel very honored, by the way, with all those people. Literally, they included everybody: Jeremy, Mark, Steven, Max 40, Dan Norton. I was very popular because I used to see a lot of threads say he has his lotion back there, or he's like, they pick up very, I was not even aware of. They're like, Joy Amin makes these faces and he says, he does this. I don't even know. I don't know who are the people who do it, but you know, I've been mentioned, I've been trolled, but I realize one thing, every day it's a learning curve. Sometimes you have to hold your anger and then you just go past. Some people, they are just gonna be like that no matter what you are. Even if you're a nice, sweetest person there, you're gonna face some, one of those trolls, few trolls. That happens. But if you can push those aside and you keep working and, like keep being more successful, make a little bit more money, buy me a few more perfumes, and you enjoy, you're happy, and that will be the ultimate answer, right? So yeah, as a fragrance reviewer, sometimes I think of these things, but I want to vent out stuff. I don't want to feel suicidal. I don't want to say that word again, but I don't want to feel like depressed. I don't want to feel sad, taken down by people or something. I am mentally tough, I think, but at times it's dark times. So I share with you. Sometimes I feel better. Okay. So I believe, everybody should think of being on this platform. If you really want to say something, let's say you want to talk about Jesus, you want to talk about God, you want to talk about your journey, you want to talk about music. If you have passion, if you love something, start out. Open a channel. If nobody watches, it's okay. Share with everybody. At least 5 people watch with you, and you'll find some friends. That will be great. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't know if I'm missing so many points, but just want to talk to you for a long time. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.